wedged itself back there. Trucks are all loaded from last night, so getting them warmed up, ready to go. Get them all empty so we can fill them back up. Waiting my turn here. I'm gonna dump over there, but they're loading out. Looks like a bean truck there, so wait a few minutes and it'll be my turn to dump. Now there's enough room to unload me while they load the back of this truck. He's dumping me back there. Be back for these beans this afternoon. Finish up this field here too, and there's the draper hanging out waiting on us. The A10s are out to get us this morning. A couple of them out here. See them all the time out of Fort Wayne. Getting the south edge opened up along the trees here. I wish those jets were banking a little closer to us so I could have got you better video. We see them all the time. One thing I always think about them, especially if you got trees to your back or something, I'm glad I'm not the bad guy, because usually by the time you hear those things, they're already a few miles past you, so I'm thinking you'd be dead. About to finish the first cornfield. I'd said it fit on 2 trucks in the cart, but it did a little better than I thought. Trucks are full. Cart's pretty full. I'm gonna have a few thousand on here. Maybe I can squeeze it on there. Maybe we can get a little bit more on one of the trucks. Let's see. Anyway, this cornfield's about to be done. Oh, we're gonna make it. It's gonna be really close. Grain tank's empty. Just got corn in the auger. Don't spill it. See, I was right. 2 trucks in a car. If you're wondering how the view is with the corn head folded up, raised up for road transport, from the ground, looks like you can't see anything. Actually, when you're on the road, all you can't really see is what's right under the corn head. Plenty of view ahead of you, no problems. Gonna leave that there for now. Go put the draper on, start cutting these beans. And just like that, we're back on beans. About half of this 44 acres to do, and then we got 79 across the road. Finish up all the beans about the double crop and the 10 acres we've left around the edge of the river bottom, which probably dry by now. We'll go back and get them when we're close by again doing popcorn. The other day, the last pass we made in this field, I was looking at that tile intake over there. I was like, I better put that flag back up, and there's no basket in that inlet to keep trash out. I better go buy one. First pass today. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there's the tile basket. It's in the back of the rotor. If you don't know how a combine works, you can see the fun ride that basket had. Through the header, through the feeder house, into the rotor. So through these grates, I got 3 of them taken off here. These tines are spinning like I had them at 560 RPM. So it came all the way through all that fun stuff and wedged itself back there. Haven't been able to get it out by hand. We're going to try sticking a come along in there, see if it'll pop out. Going easy now. Okay, back to work. That was fun. Plugged the discharge beater twice this year. I guess we didn't really plug it that time, but it was wedged in there. I'm going to try to not do that again. Well, there was still a little clickety clack noise in the rotor. I didn't like it. Thought maybe there's another piece of that tile basket in there. And I thought, whoa, metal on metal. We've had a combine fire before. I don't need any sparks. Turns out it was this. Something, started happening right after we got the basket situation taken care of. I'm thinking it's the vane off the top of the rotor. I didn't think those were aluminum. Maybe they are. Or it's part of the draper. I don't know. But Anyway, I'll text a picture of it to one of the Deere techs, see if he knows what it is. But combine's showing beans really good, so if this is the vein off the top of the rotor, it doesn't need it. Carry on. Hopefully smooth sailing the rest of the evening. I've been all the way around this field since I got quite a few trees to deal with on the north and south side and some on the east. So got that all done before dark. Now we're just out in the wide open going back and forth. Combine's not making any weird noises. There shouldn't be any metal to eat out in this field, so hopefully we just knock out a few acres tonight. Probably won't finish this field tonight, but should tomorrow. Dad just hauled in the last load of corn from that field this morning. Now he's turning around, parking in this field. So after we got done opening up the field, I ended up on the north side of the field. But we have a pretty strong south wind tonight, so I decided to deadhead across the end and start working the field back and forth from the south side here. Because Jerry there in the grain cart, otherwise the rest of the night, would have to work in that dust in the mirror, which would be right where the grain cart is when I'm turned around going the other way. So he can work on the side that's clear. The other night when we were doing a field and there was no wind, he couldn't see anything at all. So take a few minutes, just run to the other side of the field and keep the grain cart on the windy side. If we were working in the north side, that's what Jerry would be working in. And then when the sun goes down, we turn our lights on. It gets like a lot thicker as the light filters through the dust. So I did text the service tech. Said this looked familiar. Anything from in the combine or on the draper? And I wondered about this. He said, no. To him, that blue poly indicates it's not from our equipment. So maybe it'd be a big coincidence that picked up that tile basket and this at the same time. Unless the only thing I'm thinking, somebody else, we used to rent this farm and then we didn't for 5 years and then we bought it in 2017. Maybe they lost something, or one of our retailers that does spraying and fertilizer, I don't know, maybe they snagged something on the basket and that's how it got knocked out of its place. I don't know, it's a mystery. Anyway, combine no longer has a chunk of aluminum inside the spinny part. That looks a little loose. This has been repaired before right here. It looks like didn't penetrate the weld too well into that sleeve we put in it. So that's gonna need fixed. I feel like it's not gonna fall out on me. This will keep going. So this is one of those things about knowing the machine you're using, especially been in the combine for a lot of hours. You hear anything out of the ordinary, you kind of start losing your mind, like, oh, something has to be wrong. Well, this time something must be wrong. I kept hearing a squeak. Like, what is that squeak? I'm hearing it on the same time sequence all the time, and like, kind of seems timed with the reel. So I started watching it, and then I saw that piece of the reel swinging free. I was like, I bet that's where it got repaired one time, and that's what it was. So based on your machine, a lot of people talk about, the automation and all this stuff. You can just put a warm body in the combine or the planter. No, you can't. You got to kind of know what you're doing and understand when things go wrong, what to look for. Just about done for the night. See that dust through the lights. Maybe another round or two, get the cart full. Trucks are full, take them home. So probably have maybe 2 of the bean bins that might get topped off in the morning. I'm not sure exactly where we're at on that. Start the day with a newly 7-year-old's soccer game. Turned 7 yesterday. So we'll go to his soccer game. It's either at 9 or 10 in the morning. Unload some beans and come finish about 30 acres of this field probably after lunch, and then it's going to be all corn for a while after that. So we'll wrap it up tonight. Start making another video tomorrow.